Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Karen Lavenderclothesline, and as you can tell, I am super excited. I am off to the auction. So recently I made a video, probably 2 or 3 videos ago, about my experience at one of the auction houses. And I have been going to auctions more and more and just loving it. So the last video, I think the title is something like I spent $650 at an auction. And in this video, I'm going to give you snapshots of what the majority of those items sold for, whether I made a profit or not. Spoiler alert, I did, so that was very exciting. And I'm also going to try to bring you into the auction again. We'll probably be either at Toomey or Bolts. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to, which one I'm going to film, but I'm going to bring in my phone and try to shoot some footage on that so you guys can see what local auctions here in central Pennsylvania are like. So like I've said before, I really am enjoying auctions greatly. I buy quite a bit of stuff, but it's really a good time. It breaks up all of the yard sales and thrifting and that kind of shopping. It's more of a controlled buy, in my opinion. Now, while I don't know what certain items are going to wind up, the sale price is going to be, I know that I'm fairly disciplined and I will back out if the auction price is exceeding what I wanted to spend on the item. The only time I would spend a little bit more is if it was something for my own personal collection or use, which I never do. Almost everything I buy, I sell. Yep, if it's not tied down, I'm selling it. So hit that like and subscribe button. Let's see what the auction is like this time and enjoy the photos of the sales that I made from the last auction. Thanks so much for watching. Go out and get what's yours. So here are the items upstairs in the auction house. There are tables set up and things are grouped together with either how they're going to come up as lots on the auction block or individuals. So these are Toby mugs. Now these are bigger than the average Toby mug that I have seen, and these are by Royal Dalton, the majority of these. And there are different series. Looks like this might have been somebody's collection. Here is a two-sided Cleopatra and Anthony. As you can see, there were presidents and different historical figures, Winston Churchill, even actors, Jimmy Durante. So I will insert here a couple of still shots of the comps, and a lot of those went for quite high. So I did have a price point for a few of them. Always lots of dishes at this auction. Now, the only time I really pick up dishes is when I'm buying in at a couple of dollars a set, and for the majority of the times I'm picking up the sets to be able to part them out. I put the sugar and creamer and any serving pieces on eBay and then go ahead and put them on Facebook Marketplace. These were beautiful, and I'm not really a big fan of the hobnail milk glass, but these were just gorgeous. I don't know if this one I'm lifting is Jack in the Pulpit or if that was a trumpet shape. Those can bring very good money. Now when you see the items grouped together on the tray, almost always it's the whole tray coming up as a lot for the auction. So like in this one you see doves and bells, you're buying the doves and the bells. Most of the items that come up for auction are in really good condition, but I always check carefully as I have found a little bit of damage, and the auctioneer is pretty good here at Bolts to disclose if something has damage that he or she notices. I have sold this little dollhouse piece of furniture myself, and it was fun to see one with a different design in the painting. Tray of ceramics. I always see quite a bit of glass on the tables. And here I'm zooming in on a coil woven basket. This is either ryegrass or a sweet grass. This type of grass grows in the plains or in marshlands. This one is vintage. If you find the coil baskets with designs woven into them, those can bring crazy high money. A lot of times they were made by Native Americans. And here I'm spotting little carved wooden dolls. I'm not sure if these are hand carved, but I really liked these. Anything that I'm really picking up is showing that I have interest in them, and things that I'm just zooming in on and making note of. I go ahead and look back at this footage on Sunday night after the preview, and that's how I run my comps. This next picture, I believe, is Indiana glass. This is the windmill pattern in the cocoa, I think the color is cocoa slag glass. They don't bring a lot of money. I'm guessing about $15 on eBay, but that was a beautiful example. How incredibly cute are these little stuffed animals that somebody has decorated with a beaded push pin. I believe these are just stuffed animals. They are antique or vintage, not sure of the age that somebody has decorated. I don't think those animals were sold that way originally. Always a ton of figurines. Looking at some Letterman letters, silver plate. Every single person at this auction always turns the silver upside down to see the mark, to see what it is. The auction house also puts out photos on their website ahead of time of what is being sold. So you can always go on their website to see what is coming up in the next auction. Now the auctions are run for this type of auction on Mondays, so you can generally take a look on Saturday, the Saturday before. A pair of Ray-Ban glasses. I was looking to see if these were the aviators. And here I'm zooming in on one of the coil baskets that has the pattern woven in. A small basket, but beautifully done. These are highly collected. Here is a mother of pearl abalone shell marquetry box. I thought that was really nicely done. Now that one has a separate orange sticker. So I'm wondering if that was going to come up on the auction block by itself because they're recognizing the work. Some of those boxes are tramp art, and tramp art pieces can really bring high money. A lot of pressed glass, cut glass. This tray was interesting. You know me, I really shy away from glass. A lot of ruby glass, red glass, and that tray did do well. So just a spoiler alert there. I did not bid on that, but ruby or red glass is really sought after. Okay, I believe that glass was jadeite. I just passed over that. A wooden bowl. Nothing really to note, and a doorstop of a golfer bending down. I thought this figurine statue was beautiful. I was trying to figure out what stone this was. So if you guys recognize this poor stone on the bottom, would you leave a comment down below? Beautiful child and dog. Here I'm going to insert footage of quite a few items that are coming up on the auction block, I believe in early March. I'm really going to have to do my research on these, but I would like to be part of this bidding. Native American artifacts and clothing items. A lot of moccasins, hand beaded, just stunningly beautiful. I did want to show this to you because this is really something of note. I don't know if this is coming from one person's collection, but just one more beautiful thing than the other. Here I was able to actually pick up one of the moccasins to show you the age and the craftsmanship. Every bead hand sewn onto leather. I don't know about the age of such things, but from the use of the item, these were really used by people. It was not just a piece of art. Definitely vintage, if not antique. So I'm really going to take my time with this footage and try to learn more about this niche. Maybe niche is the wrong term here. Iron Eyes Cody. Those belong to, so those are attributed to the owner. When you have provenance, like that with paperwork, that's going to command a higher price, as we all know. And here are a few more pieces that are going to be coming up. Bronze statues. Look at this headdress. So I did want to show this to you. This was not part of this auction. Here's a horse tail. I think this might be a rattle of some sort. I could zoom in later on the paperwork to see what that was used for, or maybe I zoom in horsetail dance ceremonial 1900, worn with belt at back. Ugh. And here I'm just going to zoom in on the jewelry lot trays. So this is one of pins. Most of those were dogs. And just different odd pieces on a tray. You can see over to the left there are watches. Now, I believe if the auction house feels that one of the watches is especially of note, that would be sold by itself. It would not be on one of these styrofoam trays. Cameos did quite well. I loved this tray. This little box seemed like something from a biblical story where the Israelites had the breastplate, the ephod, I think it's called, and each stone represented one of the tribes of Israel. Okay, this is a spoiler alert. This was my mistake of the night. I planned on bidding on this handmade Afghan. Can you even appreciate the work that went into this? And this was downstairs in the basement as part of the boxed lots. And I couldn't decide whether to be upstairs bidding on a piece of furniture I wanted or this Afghan. I should have tried to put in a silent bid on this Afghan. That probably would have worked. Next time. Here I'm giving you a quick overview of the boxes that are downstairs. Now there are multiple boxes on the table and they start the bidding for choice. Choice means that for whatever the winning bid is, that person that won the bid gets to choose one or as many boxes at that price point. And then after that, after they are done choosing, if there's anything left on the table, the bidding begins again. Once that bidding finishes, it goes on like that until the table is cleared. When I go through these boxes, generally, I don't really look to purchase any of this, but there are quite a few resellers. I believe a lot of them might be at flea markets, but that's just a guess. And here we are back upstairs with the furniture. So there were a few pieces I was interested in. I did think about this table for my personal use, but the gloss was too high. But this is just very pretty. I think this might be a reproduction. So not generally old, but it might be older. Another table in I'll call this the star pattern. Beautiful top. I'm guessing that's walnut or mahogany, with an inlay detailed stripe. I like to give you guys a close-up of what type of furniture they have. I have to say, the furniture goes for ridiculously low prices. See this dining room set? Dining room table. I think this had 8 chairs, and the hutch to the left here with the 2 table leaves sold for $100. So if you're looking for furniture for your own personal or for flipping, large pieces go for really good prices. And I find this across the board at most auction houses, unless it's a genuine Chippendale or something really antique. And there I am saying hello, looking at mirrors. You can see I'm filming on my phone. And I think they're calling these liquid lamps. In other words, you can put either kerosene or oil maybe. Not too sure about that. Here is, I think this was a queen bed. And it was the bed, the headboard, the footboard, and I think a dresser came with it. Again, sold for, I believe, under $100. This is a niche that I would love to get into. Here we're looking at an oriental rug. Look at the color of this. Now this had quite a bit of damage and wear, but in my opinion, this might still sell on a resale market. So the person who did buy this, who did bid on this, I don't know what they were using it for. And shortly I'm going to show you the amount of damage on this, and I'm trying to remember what this sold for. I think it was $60, somewhere between $40 and $60. When the pattern of the rug is on the reverse side, that's a sign of quality. So here you're seeing how threadbare this is, and then further up it actually has a hole in the rug. I'm not quite sure how the hole happens in the middle of the rug. Maybe something got caught on it. So again, I'm just taking note of the damage, but I would love to learn to be able to sew rugs and know which ones are more valuable. There I am poking my fingers through an actual hole. So maybe a piece of furniture got caught on it. That's my guess. But the color really stood out on this rug. All right, guys, it is Monday. It is auction day. I am just about to head into the parking lot and pretty excited. Now, I didn't do a lot of research on the items coming up, but I'm going to use my judgment and not let myself bid too high. Most of the items I really did take a look at yesterday, but today is auction day. Let's get it. Let's see what we can find to flip for a profit.
King size bid, we need a $100 bid. $100 bid, only $125. We have a mattress downstairs if you want to buy that for completed. $125, only $125 bid, only $125. Last call, got $100, we need $125. $100 bid, only $110 bid. Last call, anybody give $110? Bought it for $100. Thank you again.
Trey, anybody have $5 here? $5, when you get 5, when you get 5, when you get 2, now 3. 2 now 3, 4 now 5, when you get 5, now 7, when you get 10, when you get 10, when you get 10, when you get 10. 10. 12. 10 in the back, now 12.
I did not purchase especially a lot this night. I purchased 3 feathered vintage hats and a trunk for my personal use in my living room, which I was just thrilled to win at $20. The hats I paid $15 collectively, and I have those up on eBay. I think I priced them for $15 each. So I will be tripling my money, but that is, before fees. So now we're going to take a look at a few still shots of items from the prior auction that I attended where I spent $650, and I made a video about that. So I can report back to you guys that I'm not just buying things, that things do sell, and I'm making a very good profit from these auction houses. Okay, stay tuned for the still shots of my prior auction wins. The first items from the $650 auction pickup were 2 blown glass ornaments. I got $15. The second was a Royal Stanley vase, $35. Now, all of these items are plus shipping. I never include free shipping. The next was a collection of pens, $40. A Lenox hummingbird figurine, $34. A grouping of cats, $11.50. 2 eggs, one at $15, and the second was the Millefiori, $29, which the buyer received and was not happy with the item. So because I was going away, I just refunded her money. Here are a few of the tiles that I picked up. The frame, $58. Miranda Thomas pottery, $31. Matawi brought $44, and another a frame, that's how I'm pronouncing it, $74. The 3 shaker boxes, $35.99. 2 bird figurines. The first one brought $20.50, and the second one, the Spode Copeland, brought $29.99. The best sale of that auction pickup so far has been this beautiful pottery piece. I did call it an acorn piece by mistake, but it received a bid very quickly. I could not change the title. Obviously, they're pine cones, $326. I think I paid $40 for that piece. So really doing well at auction houses. Very pleased with this. And I also made an extra $100 so far on the YouTube video that I made about the $650 pickup. So all in all, really enjoyable to go to auctions. I'm loving it. A lot of fun to preview it and see what there is to, have the chance on bidding and then to actually win the bid. Very exciting. And I really like sitting there and enjoying the evening with friends and then coming home with treasure. Can't beat that. Thanks so much for watching. Go out and get what's yours.